What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day today. Mine was actually pretty trash. Um, excuse me. A little annoyed with myself. I broke one of my trading rules, and I paid for it big time. So, it is what it is. Like, I can't. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna fix my camera a little bit here. It's a little high. I don't know. Yeah, I guess more than anything, I'm disappointed with myself because I broke one of my rules, and basically that rule is if I take two losses in a row, I stop trading. I took two losses in a row, and then I took two more trades and lost on both of those as well. So instead of just having like a small losing day, I had a pretty big losing day. But not the end of the world. I'm still profitable. Just have to, brush it off and get back at it tomorrow. But such is life, I guess. What's up, GG? What's up, Jack? What's up, David Ryan? What's up, Sarah? What's up, Rents? What's up, Alan? So somebody yesterday commented on the YouTube video asking what the 80% rule is. I'm going to cover it right now. And then also somebody was asking about single prints. So I'm going to cover both. Yes, Jack. 100% fuck Robin Hood. So I'm going to cover it. Actually, I should force you guys to watch this first. If you haven't seen it, you're going to see it now. Where is it? I'm on the wrong page. Scrolling. Oh my gosh, where is it? I definitely scrolled too far. I didn't think I did, but I did. Oh, here we go. Bro, chill. So, sorry, I'm going to force you guys to watch this. Where is it? Oh, that's me. Where's little dude? Well, this is dumb. Let's do this the easy way. Okay. Here's little dude. Sorry, forcing you guys. 10 out of 10, right on the metal targets. Super proud of him. Works hard at everything he does. Super safe with guns. Anyway, sorry for forcing you all to watch that, but I am a very proud father. So anyway, what I was saying, somebody asked about the 80% rule on my channel yesterday, and then somebody was asking about single prints today. This should, what I'm about to explain should be enough, but if you have questions, you can literally just Google 80% trading rule and read about this. But I will cover it to the best of my ability right now. So basically what we're doing is I'm going to hide my session volume profile, but you can see value area high, value area low, POC. POC is slightly off. It doesn't even matter. This generally will happen about once a week on SPY, sometimes twice a week, and sometimes some weeks it doesn't happen at all. But Generally, I would say on average, roughly like once a week. So let me hide my session volume profile. But basically, what you're looking for is, it doesn't matter if it's the previous day, previous week, previous month, previous year. Obviously, though, as you get to like weekly 80% rules, monthly or yearly, you're going to be swinging further and further out. The daily 80% rules generally will play out in one day. There's a few things that we're looking for. So this was our previous day volume profile here. High, low, POC. I know I already covered that. What you want to see is price outside of the value area. So in this case, we're above value area high for at least 45 minutes. Or you want to see price below the value area low for at least 45 minutes. Okay. So that's the first thing that you're looking for in this setup, is spending 45 minutes outside of the value area. Once you have that, and I actually specifically found this setup here where, actually maybe it's not as clean as I thought it was. Oh, well, it's going to have to do, because this is the one that I found. But I wanted to show here why we're waiting for confirmation. So if we look here, if you just took this on the initial break, there's a chance you got stopped out. I think if you're trading, actually, let me just draw a short position here and just see mathematically if you should have been stopped out, like using the minimum of 1 risk, 2 reward. It looks like you would have been. Yeah, you would have just barely got stopped out. So this initial tap here, or the initial breakthrough, if you just went short there or took puts there, you should have got stopped out if you're trading correctly. If you're trading the 80% rule correctly, again, 45 minutes outside, we want to see us come back inside like we do on this candle here. Want to close below close inside of our value area. I don't want to say below because this works both directions, up and down. Just in this scenario, I'm showing down, right? So this is our first candle closing below, second candle closing below, third candle closing below, and on our fourth candle, we get our retest. So at a minimum, you want to see 3 5-minute candles closing inside of our value area. Once that happens, you're waiting for the retest of either the value area high or the value area low, depending on if you're playing puts or calls. Once you get that retest, you take puts, and there's an 80% chance that you're going to go from one extreme to the other. So basically, when you take this trade, you're going to be going from high to low or value area low to value area high, depending on, which side you enter from. So in this case, again, puts. If we had spent 45 minutes below, came back inside, 15 minutes retest, you'd be grabbing calls. Anybody have any questions about this before I move on? Oh, and I guess while I'm waiting to see if people have questions, because all of you guys are going to be on a delay, you have basically, once this plays out, so once we travel from one extreme to the other, it's done. If we re-enter whatever our value area low here, retest, you're not playing 80% back up again. Okay, there is a chance that it'll work out, but it's not an 80% chance like it was the first time. Same thing, once you, like on a previous week, once it's played from one side to the other, that's your 80% rule done. You're not going to be trying to play it from the next side back to the other side, basically. Hopefully I'm making sense. I don't see any questions. Awesome, Sarah. Let's see. Let me just go through chat really quick. Hey, what's up, Baldhead? JC is 100% correct. Mental part of trading is the hardest. Everything else is very easy, comparatively. Hey, what's up, Katsu? Yeah, you have flexible JC Montana. There's flexible volume profile, but it's called fixed range volume profile. So under indicators, you just search for FVRP or FRVP. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. And then from there, you just draw, whatever range you want, and it'll give you your fixed range or flexible range volume profile. Very powerful tool. Colby. You mean before, like little dude, like way before you were born? I won't talk about you, bro. I got you. No worries. Well, I'm trying to read your name. C double Leo, I think. That's actually cool. Hey, what's up? What's up, Corey? What's up, Danny G? How you doing? Hey, what's up, Odyssey? Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat here really quick. JC Montana, it's not on a tier for anything to do with trading. Trading View, you need live data. So if we go here, accounts and billing, you need whatever plan. I do premium because I like having TPO. And then for stocks, you want this one, the U.S. stock market bundle. For futures, you need the CME bundle. And it doesn't matter what plan you're on, you need live data. So if you're not using futures, you don't need this. If you are using futures, then you would need both. But at a minimum, people trading options need this one. People trading futures need this one. People trading both would need both. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. What's up?
I did the barrel snake by myself.
Oh, awesome.
And I did the whole thing.
Everything's good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I forgot to lube my firing pin.
Crazy.
And I don't want to take it apart again.
Well, you need to. That's important. Otherwise, it's going to wear prematurely. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry, let me just catch up with chat again. Yeah, Flacco, the retest is a tap. You're not wanting them to smash through your level on a retest. Alan, no, I wouldn't be trimming. You just play it all the way down. I mean, if that's your plan, that's your plan. Like, you need to have your plan when you're taking a trade. And if your plan is to trim one contract at the POC and then leave the runner to the, the far side, then trade your plan. But me personally, no. I always target the far side. 80% chance that it happens. That's a very, strong probability. Odyssey. Hey, what's up, Lisa? How you doing? Okay, say it straight. Yeah, I don't know how I could make this easier. Like, break inside your value area high or break inside your value area low, wait for 3 15-minute candles to close below, retest, short. um, and you want it to be a clean break. I guess that's one of the key things. I was talking about that yesterday. You don't want to see price doing this and then break below, give you your 3 5-minute candles, retest, and go. You want to see price come down, slice through, then retest, then hit your price target. Okay. Sorry, Danny G. I'm trying to understand what you're saying about the 3 candles. Oh, it's all good, Lisa. Yeah, just take your time. It's not a big deal. Danny G, it's not always the 4th candle. It could be any candle. But you need 3 candles below, closing below, and after that, it could be any candle. So, I'm trying to think. Like, let's just say this, for example. I'm going to just do this like fictitiously. Let's say we were doing 80% to the upside, okay? And let's just say price spent 45 minutes below, right? And then we came back inside here. And this is what you're looking for. You see how here I have a clean break of my previous day value area low. I have way more than 3 5-minute candles closing above, and none of them are touching my previous day value area low. They're all above the previous day value area low. And then here we come back, retest. This is your entry for calls, and then you play it to the far side. Okay? So it doesn't have to be only 3 candles and the 4th candle is the retest. Any number of candles above, but you want a minimum of 3. Okay? And the reason that we're talking about this, Danny, I'll just pull this up again. At least I think this is why the question came about, was because yesterday I showed this from not, where is it? So he messaged me, said it's been a month since I last talked with you. I've only been taking the 80% rule trades, 5 days worth of P&L. So basically almost $2,000. Thank you so much for your help and guidance. I can't thank you enough. This is gold and ES futures. Patience, discipline, and sticking to a strat helps so much. And then this is another thing where, like it's easier to trade futures because sometimes the 80% rules play out in the overnight session. And if you're trying to trade options, you can't take trades in the overnight session. You just have to watch it play out and you don't get to trade it. I'm going to delete these levels now because this is not our current previous day levels. Let me turn off this replay. Was this today? Yeah. Wow. Well, hopefully some of you grab longs here or grab calls here. This was our level. And I guess... See, I don't like that we just went from here and we didn't get a retest. This is our retest of this level. So, I wouldn't be surprised if people took longs or calls when we broke through this level where I was saying to watch for calls. But really, if you want to be trading properly, you want to wait for the retest. This was your entry here for calls. I was at the shooting range with my son, so I didn't even see this happen to call it out in the Discord. So that's that. Okay, let me read through the chat again really quick. Joseph, so it's most likely to play out on the previous day, because that's going to be like generally your smallest value area. But yeah, it plays out on previous week. It also plays out on previous month, and it also plays out on previous year. So any of them, you can play it. Almighty Beardman, yes. That's called a poor high or a weak high. Yeah. Sorry, again, I'm just reading through the chat again. This is single prints, which we're going to be talking about, Professor. That's the next thing that I'm going to be teaching. We just taught the 80% rule. There was some confusion about what's it called? There's some confusion about the 80% rule and also single prints. So we're going to be talking about both of those. Okay. So single prints. This has been cleaned up now, but actually quite a few of our single prints were cleaned up. Basically what single prints are, actually let me just find something I don't have charted. Not that. Maybe. Okay. So this here is a single print. And actually, let me just delete this. So if we turn on 30-minute chart and we turn on TPO, it looks like single prints here, single prints here, single prints here. Actually, single prints here and here. Kind of. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This will not be single prints. So our single prints are, well, actually, if we just look at today's, I guess. This is today's here. So from A to M. And actually, I will cover this. So I have videos specifically on TPO on my channel. You can go to my channel and just search for TPO and watch an entire video just on TPO. But I'm just going to do a really quick kind of like overview right now of what these are. Spike. Okay. So I've kind of covered everything. You can have single prints at the bottom. You can have single prints at the top. You can have poor highs at the top and you can have poor lows at the bottom. And then you can have spikes at the top or at the bottom. So I'm kind of like covering everything in this one little area here. What single prints are, and this should resonate with people. Yeah, TD TTD is down like $35 on their earnings. Big miss. They missed by 2.36%, which is huge. So yeah, they dumped. Yeah, $35 dump. Man, one day somebody's going to give me a time machine. I'm going to be able to play these things when I know exactly what's going to happen. So what we're looking at basically is, I've explained this to you guys before on the channel in a sense. So I'm going to talk in ways that will resonate with some people, at least, that watch the channel frequently. When we're talking about like our poor highs, the way that I always refer to them, or a poor low, it doesn't matter. That's where you have candles tapping a level, like multiple candles tapping a level. And that's what I compare with like a battering ram, right? So if I run up to your door with a battering ram and I hit it, and the battering ram, the door makes my battering ram do this, then that door is really strong, right? But if I run up to your door with a battering ram and it does this, then your door is not as strong, right? Where I hit it, I barely bounced off, and then I hit it again almost immediately, right? So weak level, very strong level, right? So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Where you have a strong level, which would be our single prints, basically the next time price comes to there, you expect a bounce, right? Because this was a very strong level. When you have a poor high like we do here, basically when the next time price comes to here, we expect them to explore higher, right? So anytime that I can identify a poor high or a poor low, when price comes to there, I'm not looking for a rejection at that level. I'm looking for it to go higher. And really, when I identify poor highs or poor lows, what I'll do is look left and say, if they're going to reject somewhere, where is it going to be? And then, I'll just kind of like draw a range, whatever it is. Generally wouldn't be quite this big, but I would really anticipate them rejecting right around 126.24 here, where we have this, these strong highs, tap, reject, right? So I would kind of expect them to reject here. It doesn't always need to go really far away from the poor high, just enough to clean it up and create a single print and then reject down. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense to everybody. But so basically when I'm looking at a poor high, if I'm in a trade, I'm comfortable closing my trade at the poor high. When I see single prints, like a lot of times they won't come back down to this level because it was so strong. So like if I'm in puts, I might close right around here, and I'll explain why, but because there's a good chance that this level was strong enough that they're not going to make it all the way back to it, and they're going to go from there, right? And so basically, if we just look left again, which is exactly what I'm talking about, like I see these wicks here, and that's kind of what I'm targeting. They bounced here, rejected there, bounced there. So they might come to here and then bounce, right? So anytime that I see single prints or a strong low, strong high, I'm expecting them not to be able to bring price all the way back to there. But if they do bring price back to there, that's absolutely where I want to get into calls, right? So if they do bring it to here, no questions asked, I'm in calls. If they do bring it to here, or sorry, I should say, if this was a strong high or single prints, if they bring it back to here, I'm in puts. But in this case, it's a poor high. So sorry, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. how we play the spike. If we turn TPO on really quick, just so I can explain what this is. TPO breaks the market up into 30-minute candles. The first 30 minutes is the A period. Second 30 minutes is the B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth. Spikes can only happen on the M period. And basically, it needs to either make a new high of the day or a new low of the day. So in this case, we made a new high. Your spike base goes at the L period. Your spike goes at the top of the M period. Or if it's on the bottom, it would be at the bottom of the M period and the bottom of the L period, right? And what these are is basically at the end of the day, things in this instance were looking pretty bullish, right? We're running up, running up, running up. We did kind of sell off from 122.48, but what we don't know, like the market, moves like this, right? And so what we don't know when this happened and they sold down to here, because the market closed, we don't know if the next move was this or if the next move is this to go and make a new lower low, right? We don't know who was in control at this moment. It could have been bulls because it could have just been a small pullback before they run it. And it could have been bears where we're making a V-shaped reversal and we're going to go and make a new lower low. Again, but since the market closed, we have no idea who was in control. And so with the spike, what we're looking for is the next day, if we open below the spike base, it's generally very bearish. If we open between the spike and the spike base, it's slightly bullish. And if we open above, it's generally very bullish, right? If our spike happened to be at the bottom, which is probably much harder to find right now. Here's one barely, but we'll use it. So if this is my spike, this is my spike base way up here, which is kind of funky. And we actually I can't see where we opened. Let me. Okay, we opened above it. Oops. So we opened above it, sold off back into the spike, and then ended up closing a little bit below where we opened, and then kind of ran higher. So as you can see, opening above the spike base is bullish in this scenario. Once they broke back inside, it became bearish, right? So same thing. If we open down here, things are very bearish. If we open between the spike and the spike base, things are slightly bearish. And if we open above, things are slightly bullish. Or things are bullish, sorry. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Single prints, you expect a strong reaction or rejection or a bounce. So if single prints are at the bottom, you expect a bounce. If the single prints are at the top, you expect a rejection. Poor highs, poor lows, you expect price to explore a little bit higher. And so then you look left for like the next obvious place that you would look for a rejection or a bounce. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. With that said, we already kind of spoke on this, but if you were trading SPY today, I literally just see one entry that I like. Actually, where is this? We opened here. So actually, I'm sorry. I like 2 entries. And this should... So we were watching for calls here, right? So when we came down, retested this, that would have been your entry for calls, right? So actually, I didn't see this, but yeah, there's 2 entries that we would have taken today. This is the first one, this retest. And actually, you could even argue that this retest here is good. On SPY, I don't know the range, but I'd probably say about 30 cents from every level, 25 cents to 30 cents. And this is within that. So like 25 cents above and below. So this retest you could have also taken long, but this is the obvious one. Even though we kind of like wicked through and then finally went, this was your best entry for calls. Same thing here at this single prints. When we broke above, retested, this is your entry for calls, right? Let me just erase some of this stuff. I wish there was an easier way to move these things, but whatever. Why can't I move this? In the world? Okay. Let's see. I think that's everything. And then single prints and things like that, you remove once they get touched in the regular market hours. So if they get gapped through, you don't remove them until they actually get touched during the New York Stock Exchange session. So let's do our session volume profile for today. Daily levels. And then also, Shorty will be live at 9 o'clock Eastern doing market update on futures for people that are interested. So I can already see, like, without even turning on my TPO, this is a poor high. And here I have single prints. But let's turn it on just for argument's sake. If I wasn't charting live with you guys, I wouldn't even turn TPO on right now. I don't need to. So here's my single prints on the A period, and here's my poor high, G and H period. And by the way, just so you guys know, your poor high doesn't have to be side by side. Like for instance, here we have the C, J, and K period where they're all of them are in this block. So all of them would make this a poor high. Okay. So they don't have to be side by side like this example. It can be, you know, separated by other blocks. It's fine. And you can always not expand the blocks, and then you can see them like this side by side. So here we have 3, here we have 2. Expanding the blocks is just easier for seeing if there's spikes on the M period. Oh, my back's hurting. All right. Excuse me. So for me, I'd be watching for puts through here. So this is enough to go above, clean up our poor high, and then grab puts. Okay. If they happen to give us this range down here, kind of doubt they will. This is where you want to be in calls. If for whatever reason we smash through these, you can watch for puts at the single prints here. I feel like this got flipped. It's weird. If we happen to get through this, watch here. And then ultimately up here, we want to swing puts if we tap this level. Up to you how far out, but anywhere from a couple of days to a week out, I would grab puts. And then also, if by some chance we come down to here, we're also grabbing calls. To me, like, this is the most unlikely scenario. This is doable. This is pretty unlikely as far as I'm concerned. Professor X, I would say go and watch. Yeah, I'm on default settings right now, regular trading hours. But I would highly recommend watching Shorty cover, what's it called? Cover TPO. Literally just go to my channel and then type in TPO. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up for you guys. So here, click on the search, type in TPO, and you'll see this right here.
Strategy there.
There's the link. Hey, what's up, chimp? All right. What intel on Intel? Did I say something sleazy? I don't know. I don't remember saying anything about Intel. All right. So, hopefully nobody has any questions on SPY. If you guys do, let me know. We're going to move on here. Just about done. Actually, let's do something a little bit different. Let's go to Oracle. This is Henrik's, babe. Babe? So I don't show these too much because it's kind of clustery, messy, kind of. But we can clean this up a little bit. Excuse me. By doing something like this, maybe. Yeah. So, oh wait, actually, let me turn off this 4-hour. I thought I turned off the 4-hour. Oh, there we go. Okay. That'll clean it up a lot. So, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but these are clouds. This indicator is not available unless you're a member of Shorty's Discord. And I'm not trying to show it like, you know, to get you guys to join the Discord. I'm showing it just so you can see what I look at when I'm looking at trades. Right now, the bottom is closed on the monthly, which basically just means you would need some massive news event for price to go through this. And I mean, most of us would know that you would need some major news event for this to happen anyway, right? But these clouds are very powerful. Like if I look at SPY, do I have SPY where I don't have a bunch of lines? Let me look at it here, maybe. Oh no, it still pulls up all of my stuff. How annoying. Well, anyway, we'll look at SPY in a second, and I'll show you guys. Let's go over Oracle first. But basically what I'm looking at right now, we're inside of the monthly top cloud. And we have a pretty nice skinny belly here that basically goes all the way to here. So basically once we get over this little shelf here, we've got room to kind of run to here. And then they need to clear that shelf, and then we've got another shelf here. And once they clear that, then they have room to run, you know, all the way up to here. I'm not interested in trying to play all the way up to 184 or whatever it is. I'm just looking for a day trade. If you guys want to try to catch all of this, then that's your prerogative. Oh, I realize why this is so messy right now, because I'm on extended trading hours. The skinny belly looks better on regular trading hours. I don't look at extended trading hours when I'm charting. I just look at it to see where price is at the moment, kind of thing. Sorry, let me just erase this stuff really quick. So yeah, if you want to swing trade this and try to catch a bigger move, like that's up to you. It is doable. It literally could run all the way to like 184, but I would rather just be in and out in the same day. So for me as a day trade, if we break over 172.89, I'll be in calls. First trim 173.95, and then close at 174.90. Okay. Let me just show you guys the clouds really quick, like on SPY. Let me turn on all of the clouds. The issue here again is just like, sorry, there's so much happening. But if we kind of like zoom in and try to focus, like you can see here, price came up to this close monthly top. It might actually be the quarterly top. I'm not sure. Oh no, this is the weekly top. Came up to this close weekly top. And close just means it can't get through the far side. It can get inside the cloud, but it's not going to break through the top unless there's some major news event. And so here we rejected at the monthly top. And I'm pretty sure this is where we swang puts and sold them Monday morning, right? So this was based off of the monthly top. And then you can see here we came up to the 4 hour. I know, again, it's kind of hard to see with everything on my chart, but actually, can I turn off my drawings? Oh, there we go. So you can see here, came up to the 4 hour top, and it's closed, and we rejected directly from that, sold off again. I think this was on a Friday as well, and we swung puts here as well. Where the clouds are open, and basically, like, if the cloud is closed but price is like the bottom, where it says like 4 hour bottom, if this is closed but price is below it, it can come through the bottom. What it means is it can't come from inside to outside. Here we did barely broke through this closed cloud. But most of the time, oh my gosh, there's like so much dust in my room right now. Here the cloud's closed. You can see we bounced right off of it. And then like a lot of this, I don't know if there was some news here that made us go through this closed cloud, but we ended up rejecting off the 4 hour top here that was closed, came back inside, rejected back down. When these are closed, so like I said, it can go from outside to inside. But so here we're rejecting. This is closed. And then we gapped overnight through, like literally all the way through the cloud. Here they broke through it as well. It's crazy. This has to be news. Yeah. Here we rejected, closed cloud. But even when they're not closed, like a lot of times they act as support and resistance. So these are like just super accurate. You can see here like closed, we're rejecting, closed, rejected, closed, rejected, closed, rejected, rejected, rejected. Here it opened up and then they were able to get through it. Yeah, these things are just deadly. There's and then what's even more interesting is like you might think like, oh, these clouds can open and close whenever they want, and that's not the case. The 4 hour clouds can open and close once every 4 hours. The daily clouds, and basically they can move once every 4 hours. So like you can see like this green cloud, which is our 4 hour cloud, moves a lot more than like the daily cloud, because the daily cloud can only move once a day and it can only open and close once a day. Our weekly clouds move even less because they're only able to move once a week, and they're only able to open or close once every week. The monthly clouds can only move once a month, and same thing, can only open or close once a month. Quarterly clouds can only move once every quarter, and they can only open and close once every quarter as well. So it's not like these things can just move all over the place and open and close like crazy. Like, so anyway, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you guys can see how powerful these are. But this is kind of what I'm looking at when I'm one of my confluences when I'm looking at charts. So with that said, somebody asked for me to look at AGIO. If they have earnings, and I'm wasting my time, I'm going to be annoyed. Yeah, here we go. Like, what do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you about a company having earnings tomorrow? Because there's nothing that I can say. I don't know, like, I don't want to seem, I don't even know what the word is, but like, I don't know if you understand that there's nothing that I can look at on a chart for earnings. I can't, like, earnings are not based on technical analysis. So I would be better off taking a coin and saying heads it goes up, tails it goes down. Thank you so much for that, Colby. Really appreciate it. You know, like, there's literally no point for me to look at a chart when there's earnings tomorrow, because again, it's like a 50-50 chance it's going up or it's going down, and there's no technical analysis that's going to tell me which way it's going to go. So looking at candlesticks, looking at clouds, looking at whatever, it's not, there's nothing that I can tell you. Like, yeah, there's just nothing. Oracle back to 154. I feel like we just covered Oracle, right? And said it's going to... I don't even remember. 84? 184? It's going to take time, but it's going there. So, Joseph, I don't... you know, like on AVGO, you're talking about value areas. I'd have to chart the whole thing to tell you all of that, but we are definitely, like, not at a good spot if you're bullish, right? This is our 4-hour top, weekly top, daily top. So all of these are going to act as resistance. You can kind of see, so like the last time we were in this area, as far as the clouds are concerned, this happened, right? Here, sold off. Here, sold off. Here, this was earnings, right? So they gapped way up, right? But so basically, when you're at the tops, you kind of expect them to explore the far extreme. So like from here, we sold off all the way back down to this extreme and then went back up, you know, so on and so forth. How stocks move up and down. And so where we are right now, I wouldn't be bullish here. But that's just looking, you know, like at a very quick, bro, Daniel, I feel like I already told you to read the books, right? I told you what books to read. Do I do house visits? You're wild, man. I couldn't teach you in one house visit. And I sure as hell am not driving into LA to do house visits. I don't love you that much. I don't know if you know this, but I hate LA. I hate traffic. And I would like rather chew my foot off than drive into LA. You're welcome to come and hang out. You're more than welcome to come over and hang out, Daniel, and I'll teach you stuff, but I'm not going to your house. You want me to... I don't even own a crotch rocket. And what? You're going to give me like $20 in gas? You're funny, man. PFE is annoying. Oh, so this is what happened? That's crazy. So they got good earnings. Hang on, let me turn this on. Because, like, I have shares of PFE. And I was kind of wondering, I'm like, so it was good. I mean, it's not like crazy, but we're down like roughly $1, right, from here. And I was like, wow, why are we down $1? But they sold off after earnings. And right now, this is my buy zone here. This yellow box. This is my load the boat on shares. We have a closed monthly bottom. We have a closed, or no, sorry, it's open now. The weekly bottom is open. We're at the daily and the 4-hour. 4-hour top is closed. So I would really be expecting a bounce here up to about 26.10-ish. Okay. Uno. Big thank you for, wait, what was the shout out? You're not, right? Sorry, it's hard to keep up with people's names when you have different names in YouTube and different names in Discord. Pretty sure you're not. And big thank you to you for sharing that with me, because I know it'll be encouraging for people. It can be hard to, I've changed. How have I changed? You're wild, man. I'm not. Yeah. No, but seriously, I really appreciate you sending me that screenshot and reaching out with the message. It's always encouraging, you know. I'm trying to think of the best way to word this, but like, I'm not sitting here going over this stuff and teaching, and like, I'm not doing any of this for like selfish reasons, right? I'm doing this because I want to see people grow and get better. And with that said, like, when I see people grow and get better and they send me screenshots and like, hey, look at my P&L, whatever, finally profitable, blah, 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 all of that stuff makes me really happy. And so I really appreciate you reaching out. I really appreciate you sending the screenshot. I appreciate your kind words as well. But also, I know it can be very encouraging for other people. I think you figured out not that like the difficulty in trading is being patient and waiting for the setups to come to you. And so to be able to show other people that screenshot and say, look, this person's only trading the 80% rule and this is their P&L so far, like that will be encouraging to other people. So I really appreciate you reaching out. And I appreciate the message. Let's see. A couple other people asked for like, oh, shoot. I have my mic muted in orbs. I'm sorry. I just unmuted myself. I'm so stupid. Did I already look at HLF? And then, again, like this is kind of a waste of time. In the sense that sorry, I'm going to turn off these clouds. It's like just too much to load. They went from like being a $60 a share company to $5. They're in a steady downtrend. They're at $5. I don't even like, I guess the best way I can think of to explain what's going through my head without sounding rude, and I really am not trying to be mean or rude or anything like that, but like, I'm going to use this analogy so that hopefully people understand, like, I love my mom so much and I would never try to be mean or disrespectful to her. But if my mom was like, hey, can you look at HLF and give me your opinion on it? I would literally just tell her, why am I looking at this trash? Like, for what? Right? And like, I don't want to talk to you like that because we're not close to where, like, if I said that to my mom, she'd be like, oh, okay, like, so it's a waste of time. Right? And it is, like, at least right now. Again, we've sold off from being at $60 all the way down to $5.11 with like, we're just making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Like, this is just a constant downtrend. Yeah, from $59, it's just a constant downtrend. From the high at 62, like, they finally made a new higher high. And they made another higher high, and then downtrend all the way down to $5 and something. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good, what Uno's saying or not is saying is really good. Cheap isn't better, right? Like, me personally, I don't trade stocks under $5 a share. I mean, sorry, under $20 a share. I won't even look at them. The only exception would be like really good companies. So like Intel is a really good company. When it was just at, I think 19, I don't want to, I never like to speak like, basically say the wrong thing because I don't want to be a liar. But, oh, will it show me? Intel yesterday, or no, sorry, on the 10th, I added to my position at $19.22. So a company like Intel, you know, even if Intel went down to like $16 or $17, I would just be adding to my position that I already have. I would be averaging down on my position because it's a company that I believe in. But, oh, what happened? How did I get to SPX? HLF. Oh, it's Herbalife. That's even worse. Yeah, I don't. I don't like anything about this company. And now this makes sense. Like, what I'm looking at, they were, you know, they did pretty well as a company for a while. But it's all, you know, like selling to your friends, basically. Some people make a business out of it and sell, you know, like will run ads or whatever and sell to everybody. But most of it, you're kind of just like selling to your friends. Not really a great business model. So Michael, like, if you believe in the company, then get shares or whatever, get options. Me personally, it looks like a company that's about to die. And if they lose, where is it? Yeah, they've already lost the quarterly bottom. Like, that's not a good look. Let me just clean this up a tiny bit. I'm trying to figure out what I need to get out of the way. Okay, I need monthly. I need to get rid of the rest of this. So, right now, we're almost at the bottom of the monthly cloud, which is closed. So that's one thing they have going for them. But this could open up March 1st, right? Basically, and I'm just going off what my mentors taught me. My mentor told me, like, when you lose the quarterly bottom on shares, the company's probably going bankrupt. And so like we could revisit this, I don't know, in a year and see if Herbalife has gone bankrupt. But this is not a good look. Like this is not a strong, or at least from stock perspective, this is not a company that's doing good. And literally the last straw is going to be this monthly bottom. If they lose this monthly bottom, and like you can ask me, I don't know, in a month or 2 months, if we lost the monthly bottom, and if we did, they're going to be going bankrupt. Like, just no questions. So they're hanging on by a thread. If they're able to, I'm trying to find an example, but generally what you want to see is like price come inside. It's not even a good example. Retest and then go from there. But like that's what they've done here. So the quarterly bottom here, we broke below, retested, they sold off, retested, sold off, right? And so here we kind of need to see them break above, retest, and bounce. At least if you're bullish on them. Really just not a good look as a company. And they have earnings on the 19th, and they're going to get clapped. So I said the only thing that invalidates like closed clouds is news. Earnings is news, and earnings can break through this break through this closed cloud. And I would be really surprised if I'm wrong. Maybe somebody can remind me on the night. Actually, you know what? Okay, Google. Remind me on the 20th of February to look at HLF stock.
Okay, look at HLF stock. This will be for February 20th. At what time?
2 p.m.
Got it. I'll remind you on February 20th at 2 p.m.
We're going to be talking about this again February 20th when I go live. And you're going to see this company is going to dump. And it's going to be game over. So let me put this on my little spreadsheet. Okay. These last four were painful. FedEx we called out yesterday. It was invalidated. We opened below. Or wait, I think. Sorry, let me look at it. Oh yeah, so I was bearish, and we opened below the entry for puts, and they actually bought it up all day. But we were also kind of talking about this. This is a big old bull flag. It still hasn't played out. They're trying to play it out. Actually, no, this bull flag got invalidated. So, basically, if you guys don't know, here, let me just cover this really quickly. Let me remove these drawings first. Let me get rid of that day. And then when you're looking at flags, there's a few things that you're looking at. So you want to find the bottom of the flagpole. I mean, the bottom of the flag, sorry. The top of the flag. Something like this. And then from the top of the flagpole down to the bottom of the flagpole, this makes up your flag, right? When you have a flag, you want to use fibs from the top to the bottom. at least on a bull flag. On a bear flag, you would draw from the bottom to the top. And then basically how retail generally trades this is as soon as a candle breaks through, the top of the flag, they'll hop in calls or buy shares or whatever it is. More conservative retail waits for a break of the top of the flagpole, and your more aggressive retail takes the immediate break of the top of the flag. The way that I was taught by my mentor Shorty, which is to get in at the bottom of the flag. And basically, if this happens to break, you just get out really quickly because they're probably not bouncing it. Once price hits the 50% retracement, so this 0.5 level, it basically means that the bull flag is invalidated. So if any of these candles come down and touch the 50% retracement, then this bull flag is invalidated. Once this breaks, then you're targeting the 1272 level as your level to close your position or trim your position. Next target, if they break through that, is the 1618. Next target after that, 1786 to 2.272. This is unlikely. Like, you need a major trend day for something like that to happen. But generally, it's a measured move. You're pretty much always going to get the 1.272, and sometimes you'll get the 168 or 618 level. Sorry. Okay, so that's how we play bull flags. Today, they invalidated this bull flag. So if we turn off the replay, today, right, we sliced through the 50% retracement, and so this got invalidated. And now what they've done is they've basically gone and created a new bull flag. Shoot. Bro. Can I grab everything except for the drawing that I actually want? That would be amazing. Thank you. So they've made a new bull flag here. It's not as clean on 30 minutes, but on 1 hour, it'll probably look good. Yeah, it looks okay. So that's your bull flag right now on FedEx. Okay. But so anyway, long story short, they invalidated our play today, and that was it. We've been doing really good up until the most recent, like 4 misses in a row. But this is on trades called out like when the market's closed. Our win rate when I actually call stuff out live, I don't know. I don't think I've missed a call out in the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. So let me just look through the... So Michael Anthony, we're obviously very different traders, right? You're talking about let me see. You're saying, like, can you look at HLF, which made 0.57 over 0.31 with insiders buying, raised outlook. I don't understand why shares closed at 511 and looks like a fund bought last week. HLF fundamentals are great and PE shares look cheap. HLF is paying off debt like $1 billion by a report. So, like, this is one of the things that kind of, like, I always think of this guy. What was it? Okay, so I think this is the video.
Putting money in right
Yeah.
now include Upstart. That is one.
So, well, Upstart's up about 25% just in 4 days. That's a good looking name. Very powerful, very strong earnings. These stocks are.
What do they do?
Really
I don't even know them. What do they do?
Excuse me.
What does Upstart do?
Well, I'm sorry.
What kind of company is it?
Yeah, I'm not. You're breaking up.
So this guy is such an idiot. I'm sorry, but like, you could ask me what, like, probably 75% of the companies that I've made money off of do, or what their business model is, or what they're earning, anything, any of that stuff, their fundamentals. And I'd be like, I have no freaking idea. And I don't care. I trade based on technical analysis. And so, like, if I was on that show and I'm like, oh, blah, 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 and they're like, well, what do they do as a company? I'd be like, who cares? Fundamentally, based on technical analysis on the chart, based on what I'm seeing off of the chart, it's a buy. Or based on what I'm seeing off of the technical analysis, based on what I'm seeing off of the chart, it's a sell. I am literally never like, even for long-term shares, right? I am never looking at a company's fundamentals, if they're paying off debt, none of that stuff. Is it a buy? I buy. Is it a sell? I close. Like, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they're bagging dog shit and selling it to Eskimos. It doesn't matter to me. None of that matters. Does the technical analysis say it's a buy? I'm buying. Does the technical analysis say it's a sell? I'm selling. So, and again, like, this isn't, I'm not, hopefully I don't sound like aggressive or anything, Michael, but like, if that's the type of trader that you are, where you're looking at fundamentals and whatever else, like, there's nothing that I can help you with, because I don't do that stuff. I don't care if a company's paying off debt, because based on technical analysis, my win rate is very high. And I don't have time to be looking into individual companies and what they're selling, what they're doing, where they're manufacturing stuff, what their fundamentals are, if they're paying off debts. Like, I don't have time for all of that, and it's not worth my time. When I can look at a chart, I can look at the technical analysis, I can do my assessment. Is it a buy? Yes, buy. Is it a sell? Yes, sell. Simple. A good example I could give right now, we just bought here. Oops. Not that low. Sorry. I'm not trying to lie. This was called out live right around here. Bought shares. I closed. Where was it? I closed. Whoa. I mean, I could pull up my orders, but I don't think it's that serious. But so I bought here. I wanted to close at 39.50, but as you can see, like, we barely tapped 39.48, and then this next candle tapped 39.50. I didn't have a sell order in place, and I happened to open my portfolio right when it was tapped. Like, I literally saw it at 39.50, and I was hitting sell, and as I'm hitting sell, it's actually like selling off. So I wasn't able to close until like 20 cents later. I'm pretty sure that was the, let me just double check. Because again, like I don't like to give misinformation. I'm pretty sure that my close price was, $39.32. So this is actually a little bit off. But I basically what it was I couldn't hit sell fast enough because I was going through all the stupid menus, and I was really wanting to close at $39.50. Like I was trying so hard to sell at $39.50. Like literally, I literally had to have opened my my account like at the perfect time because I saw $39.50 and I'm clicking sell and I just can't get through the menus fast enough. And by the time I finally got through it, it was down to 39 or 39.32. So this is me as a trader. I buy here, I sell here, and I never look at it again. I mean, basically, like if this comes back down to like this range here, I'll probably add some shares. I still have a position, I should say. I bought shares here and I sold half of my position at this 39.32. I didn't buy it under 25. No, 26-ish. Sorry. My circle might be a little bit off, but yeah, $26 roughly. I don't remember the exact, whatever, in this range. Basically bought the bottom on this dump, sold at 30, or sold half of my position at 39.32. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do something like this and then go higher. So I still have a half position and it's all risk free. You know, like it's all with profits that I made off of the shares that I had. So, but all I'm trying to explain is that me as a trader, I don't need to look, you know, deep into a company's, you know, fundamentals and earnings over the last 10 years and what they're doing as a business. I just look at the candlesticks, look at my clouds, look at volume. You know, if I need to, I'll look at volume profile, whatever else, and I'll just trade my technicals. And that's all I need. And I wish I was that dude that was being interviewed, because I'd be like, who cares? Actually, I would never be the dude being interviewed, because when the guy's like, oh, well, what do they do as a business? I'll be like, who fucking cares? And they would like take me off the air immediately. Because I don't give a shit what they do as a company. Yeah, so heavies, the only issue with what you're saying, so HLF, I mean, I don't think they're going to be going out of business like tomorrow, but if a company goes out of business and you have puts, you have nobody to buy your puts. So for every transaction, whether it be calls or puts, you need somebody to sell to. You need a buyer to buy from you. So sorry, I'm just reading the chat really quick. And again, so Michael Anthony, I want to be really clear. None of what I said is personal. Like, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not trying to make you feel any kind of a way. If I sounded aggressive or whatever, I know sometimes, like, when I speak, I can seem like I'm maybe being a bully or something, but that's not my goal and that's not my intentions. I'm not like upset or anything or feeling any kind of way. Just trying to point out that we're very different in our trading styles, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you like to really like look into a company's technicals and whatever else and look at earnings, you know, over the last 10 years, awesome. Do your thing. If it's working for you, if it's making you money, keep doing it. And you'll be better off if you happen to be interviewed by whatever NBC and they ask you what the company does, you can actually tell them. But for me personally, I trade technical analysis and that's it. You know, like, here, all you have to really do, you know, is on NBIS, you grab this range here. You could actually go a little bit higher. I don't like to draw big boxes, but realistically, like, you could draw this kind of a range, and the minute that we dropped out of it and came back inside, this is a buy zone, right? I would like for this to be a little bit smaller, just because I don't like massive, like, 2-point boxes on a $40 stock. But basically from here, this has been support, right? We bounced, support, bounce, support, bounce, support, big bounce, support, big bounce. Pretty simple. Okay. So again, nothing personal. We're just different in the way that we trade. And me wanting to see what happens with HLF's earnings isn't personal either. It's just more of a, like, I'm saying these things and I want to fact check it. Like, am I right or am I wrong? And if I'm wrong, I'll be the first person, like, whatever, come February 20th, you show up live, I'm going to be like, hey, I was wrong. They killed earnings and rocketed. I'll be the first person to call myself out if I happen to be wrong. So we'll see. Sorry, again, I'm just going to read over chat because I haven't looked at it in a minute. Thank you for that update. Appreciate that. Yeah, I did hop on the phone with update for a while. Thank you. I appreciate that update. Actually, I'm just going to say this because it might be true for a lot of people. I remember, I don't want to exaggerate when I say this because I don't remember it like it was yesterday, but there was a point where in my trading journey, I felt so beat down and like wanted to quit. If I didn't have tears in my eyes, then, or I should say, like, if I wasn't crying a tiny bit, then I definitely at a minimum had tears in my eyes. And I was talking to my wife, and fortunately, like, she's one of my biggest supporters. She was like, babe, you've worked way too hard to quit. And she was like, you know, and if you're feeling this way, you're probably really close to breaking through and getting, like, to the next level. And anyway, I mean, it was a much longer conversation than that, obviously, but I was literally at the point where I was just like, this isn't working. You know, like, I was kind of just break even. Like, I wasn't making money. I wasn't losing money. And it was just frustrating. And I felt like I'd been working way too hard to just spin my wheels, right? And that's probably a lot of the reason why I do the videos like I do, is at this point, you guys might not know this, but I think that I've figured out a way to basically teach somebody how to go from a complete novice to a profitable trader in about a 6-month time period. Again, that doesn't necessarily apply to everybody, but if you know how to use a computer, which is, like, actually a key thing, because some people, like, literally don't even know how to use a computer, and then obviously it's way harder to teach them how to trade. But if you know how to use a computer and you have, you know, enough intelligence to learn at, like, a, you know, a decent pace, I can teach you how to be a professional, or I can teach you how to be a profitable trader in 6 months. Where was I going with this conversation? Oh, so anyway, for me, the journey was much longer than that because I didn't have somebody that, like, held my hand and, like, helped me like that, basically. But I got to that point where I was just, like, break even at best, making a little bit of money here and there. Kind of just felt like I was spinning my wheels, had been putting way too much time into it. You know, just blood, sweat, tears, frustrations. And I just was like, I should just give up. Like, this isn't, all I'm doing is just wasting my time. And I'm not getting anywhere. And again, my wife lifted me up and was like, no, you got this. Keep going. You can't give up. You've put in too much time. You know, like, you've got to be close to making it to the side where you're profitable. And thank God for her, really. Like, because I was frustrated, really, really frustrated. And so, again, like, that's why I do these videos, is like, I don't want it to be as difficult for people as it's been for me. If I can make it a little bit easier to get to where I'm at, then I'm all for it. I'm more than happy to help people. Destin, before I answer your question, what do you trade on? Because what I trade on, like what platform I trade on, is irrelevant, because I trade on a Windows-based computer. If you don't have a Windows-based computer, what I trade on is not going to work for you if you're trading on a phone. So the device that you're using to trade off of, I need to know before I can answer your question. I mean, I can tell you what I trade on, but if you're asking me what I trade on because you want to do the same thing, without a Windows computer, you're not going to be able to do that. Yeah, so like for update, as soon as I saw him, like, you know, like talking about quitting whatever, I was like, man, you got a minute to talk, you know, like, and he's like, yeah, sure. So we hopped on a call together. And I mean, I don't remember. He said it's about an hour. I really don't remember, because he was a nice guy and it was an enjoyable conversation, and it flew by, you know, so like, I don't even remember how long we were talking, but just kind of the same message that I'm giving you guys here, which is, if you're feeling that way, like beat down, and like you've been working really hard and grinding and it's not falling into place yet, you're probably really close to breaking through. If you're not working really hard and studying and reading and grinding, and you're feeling beat up, like you should quit, you should either quit or actually start grinding and studying. And when I say that, like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or rude, but if you're not putting in the work, like, why even bother trying, right? So just give up. But if you are actually working hard and putting in the work and studying and reading books, don't give up on yourself. Keep going. This is doable. Follow the advice. And this is huge. Like, I can't put this into words enough. Iona's here in the Discord chat. I don't know if she would be willing to mic up and talk, but Iona's in a little group that I have that's like called Accountability Anonymous. And basically what we do there is, everybody that's in that group, they're limited to 1 trade a day for 6 months. They look for setups like we just did when the market's closed. They find their entry levels for calls, their entry levels for puts, or if they're trading futures, long and short, right? And the next day, they patiently wait for those levels to get hit. If those levels don't get hit, they don't take trades. They journal every single one of their trades. And every single day, like, they'll take their chart like this, they'll grab a screenshot and they'll post it in the Discord group. And I've recommended this before, like on the YouTube. When I say this, I'm not trying to be mean, but I keep that group limited to people that are members of Shorty's Discord. So I'm sharing with you guys because if you want to make your own group, go for it. I would recommend, like, find, 5 to 10 people that you get along with that are working hard, make a group, keep each other accountable, post your screenshot every day of what the setups are that you're looking for the next day, and wait for your setups. So basically the steps are 1 trade a day for 6 months. That forces you to be patient. It forces you to be disciplined. It forces you to wait for good setups. Look for setups when the market's closed. Figure out where your entries are for calls, for puts, long, shorts, whatever it is, and only take those trades the next day. Journal every single trade that you take. I journal every single trade that I take. I actually spend $400 a year for a website that I use for journaling. So like, this is not some BS joke. Because I remember when my mentor was telling me, hey, you need to journal your trades. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not doing that. Like, what a waste of time. And it's actually like one of the best things that you can do as a trader, because it forces you to reflect on your trades and what mistakes you made, or also what you did correct, what you could have done better. And then lastly, one risk, two reward minimum. So for every dollar you risk, you have to be able to make two. And by be able to make two, what that looks like, let's just do a fictitious trade here. Let's just say I'm wanting to go long here at these single prints, or take calls at the single prints, and I'm targeting the previous day value area low. So this is my entry. This is my take profit. And to be able to take this trade, worst case, my stop loss needs to be here. Because if you see here, this is, I can't get 1 to 2 exactly, but for every dollar I'm risking, I'm making $2.01. What I do is then I look left and I go, if they're trying to stop me out, where is the most likely place that they're going to go? And when I'm looking left, like, my eyes immediately go here. And so if they're trying to stop me out on this trade, they're probably going to go down to here, and then bounce. So they're going to grab people's liquidity that have their stop loss equal to this single print here, and then they're going to bounce and go. Personally, like, I would like to be able to bring this down a little bit lower. So like this trade I probably wouldn't take, because I feel like my stop loss is too close to where they might bring price if they are trying to do a stop loss hunt. Okay. So you look at your entry, your take profit, and then look left and figure out where, like, at a minimum, where your stop loss should be. And if it doesn't work out mathematically, like you're not able to make $2 for your one risk, then this is not a trade that you take. Okay. If we change,
Hey, Rockets.
yeah, 1 second. Okay.
Yeah.
If we change this slightly and say I'm targeting the January POC, right? Now I'm comfortable taking this trade, because now I'm getting $2.41 for every dollar I risk, and my stop loss is able to be slightly below this single print level to where they might do that stop hunt before they run it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say real quick, like, when we talked, I think it was I maybe a month ago. I can't remember exactly when, but at that time, I couldn't even tell you what a value area high was. I didn't even know how to chart that. And today was the first day I started charting something myself, and I called out to myself a 6-point move on Tesla. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not even a profitable trader, but to be able to go from not even telling you what a value area high is to being able to call out a 6-point play is huge. So like, whoever's listening, I just want them to know, like, just don't give up. If you work hard at it, it pays off. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry, I didn't even realize it's 9 p.m. Eastern right now. Sorry, Shorty. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up really quick, everybody. I just want to answer the last few questions from YouTube. Sorry, Destin. So right now I'm using Top Step as the prop firm that I trade with, and I connect it to Quantower, which is the best, because Quantower gives you access to footprint charts. And if you're using Top Step, they give you free access to Quantower's footprint charts, or actually full access to the entire platform, which is normally like $70 a month. If you're using your own money and you're not wanting to use a prop firm, then I would recommend that you go with AMP Futures. But you want to specifically use this link where it's they give free quant hour. So you have to deposit at least $100. I just linked this in the YouTube, but the free quant hour, this link, and this isn't like an affiliate link or anything, but if you go to Google and type in AMP Futures free quant hour, this link will pop up. If you go through any other link and deposit money, they're not going to give you the full version of quant hour, just an FYI. But so that's how I trade. So if that's what you're looking to do, futures, then I would highly recommend using a PC, a Windows-based computer. AMP if you're wanting to do your own cash. Top Step if you're wanting to use a prop firm, and connect both to Quantower, and that way you have access to footprint charts. With that said, I'm going to end it right now so Shorty can do his market update. Again, really sorry, I didn't even realize it's 6. Yeah, so we'll see you all in a minute. We're going to change to a different video, but we'll be live in just a second here. See y'all later. Have a good night. Bye. Or see you tomorrow. Bye.